At the end of Adam's Westfield 4-string P-bass upgrades and the sound dome and everything, I actually teased this entire video. Mentioned Phil, a very close family friend. He gave me a new amp that I'm still playing around with, but then I also said that I need to get a particular guitar sorted. That guitar is a 1999 Epiphone Flying V. So Phil came across this in a guitar catalogue, shows you how long ago it was, and the marketing on it is genius. Okay, so you've got an Epiphone guitar and it came equipped with Gibson USA strings. You know, I've always been a massive fan of Gibson, but like the price tag has just been way out of my price range, even looking at like secondhand, and to know that I could get an Epiphone guitar equipped with some Gibson USA strings would be really cool, you know, like at least I then own something that has come from the Gibson USA factory, you know, pretty cool. The only downside to buying it from a catalogue was, though, he didn't realise how thick the neck was going to be. It's a little bit thicker than my original kit build. It's not as thin as the Angel of Death, though, so it's very what you'd expect from an Epiphone Flying V. But he stopped playing and it just got sat in its box, and he started to see everything I was doing. So first he saw it in person with my first kit build, doing it all in my dad's garage. So obviously he came around to hang out and he was looking at everything, and I was talking to him and he could see that I was, you know, getting into the whole Luthery fun thing. And then he's obviously I sent my mum and dad stuff, so they showed him that as well. And then now he's stopped following my socials and stuff like that, so now he sees that I'm doing all this stuff, and then just randomly one day he just offered them me free, and I was like, are you sure? Like, do you want something for it? And his response was, no, I know you're going to have fun with him, I know you're going to do something with him, and I know you're going to enjoy it, and obviously bring it back to a playable standard because of how long they've been sat in the box for. So because of how long ago it was that I got everything, I don't have any videos or anything like that, so I'm going to go old school a little bit here. I used to do a lot of slideshows, if you follow my channel, since I started, and I kind of deterred away from them because it wasn't really what I wanted to do, but you know, I didn't think of it. I was just going to like take photos and stuff and just do it, and now it's ended up being the fact of being a series on my channel because I've changed my mind so many times. But anyway, I'm going to switch to that now. I'm going to talk to you in voiceover, explain everything, and there's like some really cool facts and things that, you know, changed as I was going through it. So go on with that, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright then, here is the original box the guitar came in, dated 23rd November 1999, and this is what it looked like. So as I said, I got it at the same time as the Hohner Arbor Series, and it was covered in a lot of dust. That fretboard is severely dehydrated, and it was covered in a lot of nicotine. So the only way to get it truly clean would be to take it all apart. Now I looked into that serial number, and turns out this was made by Sami Guitars in their Korean factory. They did Epiphones from about 1985 to about 2004, did about 6,500 to 8,000 guitars. Now something cool about that third strap button means that I can stand the guitar up like this with nothing supporting the neck and not have to worry about it falling over. And I mean, look at that fretboard, it's nice and clean, the guitar's clean, and those pickup cavities are huge. Gave me a lot of ideas, that did, but something I just want to point out as you look at these next two photos. So look around where the neck joins, on that side and that side. It is perfect. It is from 1999, and there is no cracks or anything on that neck joint. There's a chip, but you know, things happen. And it just looks beautiful. Same can't be said for these frets though. This is nothing on the factory. Obviously gradually over time they've dulled out because they've been sat in the box, they've got covered in dust, you know, things happen. But I did check them all with a fret rocker, and again, say it's from 1999, it's impressive that all the frets are fine. Now, these do look really shiny, I'm really happy with them, but gradually as we get down the fretboard, I really wish I'd just stuck with the steel wool, because as you can see there's a little bit of residue from some polishing compound that I used. I did get it all off, but once it's got done, started thinking about doing some modifications to it, and one of the first ones was, as you can probably guess from that wood there, adding in some pickups around instead of having a full pick guard. Now this was going to tie into my first kit build a little bit, and while it would have worked, the problem is I was working in the studio with just hand tools, so getting that extra material in was fine, but making a pick guard was really difficult for me. The only power tool I had at the time was a drill and a Dremel, which, as you can see here, this pick guard was just terrible. I didn't really do it properly, and there's a couple of horrible nasty gashes, and I thought to myself, what are you doing, Scott? This guitar was your inspiration to your first kit. Why are you trying to mess with it? Let's keep it original and add my own twist to it. So that's what I did once I got my workshop set up. I took the original pick guard and I created a copy of it. Worked really well. I was really happy with it. I love the control layout. It wasn't until I got it on the guitar is where I realised that I did the height adjustment screws completely off center, which messed everything up. So the original hardware colour is, as you've seen, it's chrome, which, whilst that works with a white guitar, there's just something about a white Flying V gold hardware that just works. So there's the plan moving forward. Here are the things I already have for it. I do have the new neck pickup on its way, so as soon as that's been delivered, I'll unveil that one to you. So we have a lovely white pickguard material. So as you saw that second iteration, I did go with just a pure white, but I realized that the truss rod cover is obviously black, so this white will actually tie into that, and doesn't make that original part kind of look weird or anything like that. And we have the gold Grover tuners, which I took out after I recorded that bit at the end of the video for Adam's bass. I took these out because I wanted just a completely blank slate, and just made it easier for me. Now, as you've seen as well, that guitar has 3 strap buttons, which, as I explained, is really cool. It means that if you want to stand it up and you don't have an actual stand, the third one on the bottom helps balance it. So we now have 3 gold strap buttons, and to help tie into everything, I've got some white felt. And we've got a new bridge and tailpiece. So these I bought these through Northwest Guitars. I buy quite a lot of my hardware through those guys. So we have the actual full studs and everything for a lovely Tune-O-Matic bridge. And we also have the stop bar along with its studs as well. Then we've got gold switch. Now I did try and get a white tip for this, but unfortunately the one I bought, the thread on it was too big, so it didn't really work. But again, the black will tie into the original truss rod cover. And then of course we've got some gold control knobs. Finally, for the bridge pickup, we're going to finally use the 81 from the BC Richard Benny Son of Beast. But what pickup am I going to go with in the neck? So I was originally going to go with something a little bit different to what I'm used to, but then I thought it's a classic guitar, so I'm going to go with a classic combo. Now, some of you out there will have probably figured out what I'm going to do, but make sure you follow along to find out more once I unveil a new pickup when it arrives. Before I go and brave the shed, thankfully the weather's not too bad right now, but still, I have to go out there and freeze a little bit. I do need to just give it a little bit more of a detailed clean. There's a few bits that I missed, and also I need to take off those original strap buttons and keep them safe. So let's get it off the wall and get it onto my bench behind me.